This lesson we're going to continue talking about graphing linear equations, and for a warm-up it's basically what we did yesterday, determining if something's linear, and if it is we want to write it in standard form. So go ahead, pause the video and try it, and then when you're done, unpause the video and see if you're right. So for this first one, it's obviously not linear. The reason is because we have this y squared, so it's not raised to the first power. The second equation is linear. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms in the right. 7y minus 10y is negative 3y. And then I'm going to add 3y to each side because I know I'm trying to get into ax plus by equals c form. So I have 12x plus 3y equals 0. I would accept this answer, but technically you're not supposed to have a common factor other than 1, so you should divide each side by 3 because all of these can be divided by 3, and you'd have 4x plus y equals 0. Either of these answers would be fine with me, but it's probably this first one that most of you would have. So today we're going to be talking about graphing with x and y intercepts, and remember, when you have an x-intercept, we got to think about what we know about this. For an x-intercept, y is always 0, you have some x value, and then x is always 0. And then for a y-intercept, x is always 0, and then you have some value for y. So we can use that fact to find our x and our y-intercepts, and then we can use those to make a line. Okay, so the way we do this, if I want to find the x-intercept, what do I know about the x-intercept? Y is 0. So I'm going to take my equation, 2x plus 4y equals 16, and I'm just going to plug in 0 for y. And remember, whenever you plug in a number, make sure to put it inside of parentheses. And then, now that I've plugged in a value for y, I only have one variable, and I can solve from here. I get 2x, positive 4 times 0 is just 0, equals 16. 2x plus 0 is just 2x. And we divide each side by 2, and we get x equals 8. That means that my x-intercept is going to be 8, 0. So now I found one point that is on my graph. The x-intercept is 8, 0. Now I'm going to find my y-intercept. Well, my y-intercept, I know that x is always 0, so I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to plug in 0 for x, plus 4y equals 16. Just going back to my same original equation, plugging in 0 for x. Now I'm going to solve this. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4y is 4y. And then you can divide each side by 4. Y equals 4. Which means my y-intercept is 0, 4. And now I have found two different points that I can graph, 8, 0, 0, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my graph. I'm going to do my x-intercept, which is 8, 0, which means I go over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my x-intercept, and I usually like to label my points. And then my y-intercept is 0, 4, so I go up over 0, up 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my y-intercept of 0, 4. And now I can just make a line, which means I'm going to connect those 2 points together. And make sure whenever you're making a line to always have arrows on both ends. And here is what your graph would pretty much look like. Okay, we just connect our 2 points. Make sure to always put your arrows on the ends to show that the line is going on in either direction. And this may not be your favorite form of graphing, but this is a technique to use, and if you really like finding the intercepts to make your line, this is definitely a strategy that you can use to do that.